Ancient rituals often conjure unsettling images. We imagine barbaric practices driven by bloodlust. Popular culture often portrays these rituals as chaotic and cruel. However, this is far from reality. The truth is more nuanced. Archaeological evidence challenges these misconceptions. Rituals were often solemn and structured. They were deeply symbolic acts aimed to connect with the divine. To grasp their significance, we must move beyond myths. Only then can we appreciate these ancient rituals. Archaeology provides a crucial lens. It allows us to peer into the world of ancient ritual sacrifices. Excavations uncover the physical remnants of these practices. These include altars, temples, and sacrificial pits. These remnants offer tangible evidence. They help us reconstruct the rituals and understand their significance. For instance, the discovery of animal bones at sacred sites is telling. It suggests offerings to deities. The arrangement of these bones provides further clues. They hint at the specific rituals performed. Similarly, the presence of ceramic vessels, often containing food remains, points to offerings of nourishment. This act served as a way to honor and appease the gods. Inscriptions and artwork on temple walls provide further insights. These depictions often portray sacrificial processions. They show priests preparing offerings and deities receiving them. These visual narratives help us understand the sequence of events. They also highlight the importance of these rituals in ancient societies. By piecing together these fragments of the past, archaeologists challenge our preconceived notions. They demonstrate that sacrifice was not a random act of violence. It was a carefully orchestrated ritual. It was embedded within a complex belief system. These findings encourage us to approach the study of ancient rituals with sensitivity and respect. To truly understand ancient ritual sacrifices, context is everything. We must avoid imposing our modern sensibilities and values onto the past. What might seem strange or abhorrent to us today held profound meaning for ancient cultures. For ancient civilizations, life was often harsh and unpredictable. Natural disasters, disease, and famine were constant threats. In the face of these challenges, people sought ways to understand and influence the forces around them. Religion provided a framework for this understanding. It offered a means to connect with the divine. Sacrifice in this context was not seen as an act of cruelty. It was viewed as a necessary act to maintain cosmic balance and ensure the community's well-being. By offering something precious to the gods, humans believed they could appease them, secure their favor, and avert disaster. Moreover, these rituals served a vital social function. They reinforced social hierarchies and strengthened community bonds. The public nature of these ceremonies, often involving the entire community, fostered a sense of shared identity and purpose. Understanding the cultural context in which these rituals took place is crucial for comprehending their significance. Ritual sacrifice, in its various forms, has been practiced across cultures and throughout history. Its origins likely lie in humanity's early attempts to understand and appease the forces of nature. Over time, these practices evolved, adapting to changing social structures and religious beliefs. In ancient Mesopotamia, for example, sacrifices were a central aspect of religious life. People offered animals, crops, and even precious metals to a vast pantheon of gods. These offerings were made at grand temples, often led by a priestly class who held significant power within society. The ancient Egyptians also practiced elaborate sacrificial rituals. They mummified animals and offered them to specific deities. This practice reflected their belief in the afterlife. The mummified animals were seen as provisions for the deceased in the afterlife. As societies evolved, so too did their sacrificial practices. The ancient Greeks developed a tradition of animal sacrifice, often conducted at outdoor altars. These rituals were accompanied by prayers, hymns, and offerings of food and wine. The meat of the sacrificed animal was then shared among the community, creating a communal feast that reinforced social bonds. Section 5. Seeking favor, ensuring harmony, the motivations behind sacrifice. The motivations behind ancient ritual sacrifices were complex and multifaceted. They varied across cultures and time periods. However, some common threads weave through these practices. At their core, sacrifices were often performed to seek favor from the divine or to maintain cosmic order. In many cultures, people believed that gods controlled the natural world. They influenced everything from the weather to harvests to the outcome of battles. Sacrifices were seen as a way to appease these deities, ensure their continued goodwill, and avert potential disasters. Sacrifices also played a crucial role in maintaining social order. They reinforced hierarchies and legitimized the authority of rulers. By presiding over these rituals, kings and priests demonstrated their connection to the divine and strengthened their grip on power. Furthermore, sacrifices served as a form of atonement for sins or transgressions. By offering a valuable sacrifice, individuals or communities could seek forgiveness and restore their standing with the gods. The act of sacrifice, often involving the shedding of blood, symbolized purification and renewal, both on a personal and societal level. Section 6. A diverse tapestry exploring types of ancient sacrifices. Ancient sacrifices encompassed a wide range of practices and offerings. They weren't limited to the stereotypical image of animal slaughter. Cultures developed diverse forms of sacrifice, each carrying its symbolic meaning and purpose. Animal sacrifice was perhaps the most common form. Animals were carefully chosen based on their symbolic value and the specific deity being honored. For instance, bulls, representing strength and fertility, were often sacrificed to gods associated with agriculture and warfare. Human sacrifice, while less common, existed in certain cultures and contexts. In ancient Mesoamerica, for example, human sacrifice was practiced by the Aztecs and Mayans. They believed it was necessary to appease the gods and maintain the cosmic order. Beyond animal and human offerings, ancient cultures also practiced libation. This involved pouring liquids like wine, oil or honey onto the ground or into sacred fires. This act symbolized nourishment and appeasement for the deities. Offerings of food, crops, and precious objects were also common. These gifts represented the wealth and prosperity of the community. They were offered to the gods as a sign of gratitude and a plea for continued blessings. Section 7. Beyond the physical, offering social and religious implications. Ancient ritual sacrifices were far more than just physical acts. They held profound social and religious implications that shaped the fabric of ancient societies. These rituals were deeply intertwined with every aspect of life, from governance and social order to beliefs about the afterlife and the cosmos. On a religious level, sacrifices served as a tangible link between the human and divine realms. They allowed people to communicate with the gods, seek their favor, and atone for their transgressions. These rituals reinforced religious beliefs and strengthened the authority of religious institutions. Socially, sacrifices played a vital role in maintaining order and reinforcing hierarchies. They were often public spectacles attended by the entire community. These gatherings served as a powerful reminder of the social order and the authority of the ruling class, who often presided over the ceremonies. Moreover, sacrifices fostered a sense of communal identity and belonging. The shared experience of participating in these rituals, often involving feasting and celebration, strengthened social bonds and reinforced the values and beliefs of the community. Section 8. Shaping Civilizations: The Enduring Legacy of Sacrifice. The legacy of ancient sacrifices extends beyond temple ruins and forgotten chants. These practices have influenced religious beliefs, moral codes, art, and literature. Sacrifice continues to resonate in modern society. We see it in the sacrifices parents make for their children, soldiers for their country, and individuals for their beliefs. The principle of giving for a greater good endures. Ancient sacrifices influence religious traditions worldwide. Concepts of atonement and redemption have roots in these practices. Studying ancient sacrifices provides insights into the human condition. It sheds light on our need for meaning and purpose, our desire to connect with something greater, and the interplay between faith, power, and social order. Section 9. Ancient Echoes, Modern Reflections, Sacrifice and its Relevance Today. Ritual sacrifice might seem like a relic, but its echoes reverberate today. Examining ancient sacrifices invites reflection on our values, beliefs, and ethics. It prompts us to consider the relationship between culture, morality, and the human condition. Human sacrifice evokes horror, but we must understand its historical context. Studying ancient sacrifices encourages critical thinking about our ethical boundaries. Morality evolves over time and varies across cultures. What is morally reprehensible in one era might be accepted in another. Exploring ancient sacrifices prompts reflection on the nature of sacrifice itself. The concept of giving something valuable for a greater good remains powerful. Understanding ancient sacrifices helps us understand the complexities of the human experience.